It is day 1 for Sarge. He's doing 3 days of lead training to walk on a lead. He is like a horse. He's up to my hips. So on a flat collar today, very first I met him literally 2 minutes ago. I'm going to do what I call awareness training, some long lead awareness training, and then we'll see how we go tomorrow. He might end up on a gentle leader, but I don't know if we can buy a gentle leader big enough for your face, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. So how this training works is I have a 15-foot lead here with Sarge. Now the principle of it is I'm trying to create a more awareness of him towards me, not me towards him. So all I'm doing is moving randomly to different spots around the field with no commands. But what I do is I praise there when he follows. So I'm trying to get him to realise that there's positive reinforcement coming when he makes an effort to come with me. I'm not calling him to heel. I'm not saying come. There's nothing happening. The idea of it is when he gets good at it, when I stop, he stops. The purpose behind this is when you're out in the real world situations, you want your dog to be more aware of you and what's going around. So you want your dog checking in with you. So if you watch me when I do this, here he sees me go and he follows. Without any verbal commands, he's following. So he's getting praise every time he does it. And I just keep repeating this and repeating this. It's a good way to start your training to get your dog switched on. Some dogs take a couple of little corrections to let them know you're going, and there's a couple of times here Sarge might not follow correctly, so I just give a small direction, and it's not a reprimand at all. It's just there's one there, just a small pull, let him know here I go. And it's like a boundary. He learns if he stays within the 15 foot of me, I'm all happy, he's all good, and everything's rosy. So we just keep repeating this back and forth until we're comfortable. You can see there he loses a bit of attention. Give him a little correction, very small, very minor, just enough to go, hey, here I am, and let's look to follow me. And he does. He walks pretty slow, but he's happy to do it. And then once you've done a few minutes of this, you can go on to all your basic commands. But Sarge does really well. That sit there, that was an operant conditioning sort of sit. I never asked him to. That was him choosing to sit, so I give obviously a lot of positive reinforcement with that sit. And he does really well for this drill. So the next drills I'm doing here with Sarge are just some basic heel work and some command sits and stays and a few recalls. Really, this is just tightening up of the awareness training, getting him to walk at my pace. And he walks really well. He's on a flat collar here, but in following sessions on day 2, I get him on a gentle leader because I know, even though this is out in the real world, it's not with a lot of distractions. So I wanted to get him used to a gentle leader because the goal is to get him to dog parks and beaches and so forth. And a dog of this size, they just work really well on a gentle leader. You don't need to be firm on them. It controls their head really well and it keeps it nice and soft with his training. He's a really good dog. He's quite aware of me and prepared to be with me, and he enjoys his training. He really has no problem with it. He works quite well at his pace. Stays beside me, quite involved and aware. He's not too distracted. I really didn't use any food at all. He works quite well for a very new dog and does a nice little sit there. So he's doing great on his basics with me. What I introduce here with his stays, I always do with new dogs, just introduce the leave it command. All I'm doing here is throwing a leaf. It's a simple thing, but it's a little introduction to a leave it, which later on would work in towards, leaving dogs alone or anything you don't want your dog to chase. So it's just a sort of gentle introduction to more control with the stay, because just sitting there with a stay is one thing, but you want to be able to stay your dog with obviously real world situations, cats and dogs and everything happening around him. Good boy. That's the way. Leave. Let's go, Leave. Good boy. Come. Good boy, Sarge. That's the way. Good dog. Good boy. Yo, let's go. Yeah, good boy. Nice. Yo. Leave it. Leave it. Yep. Hey. You. Come on, quick. Good boy. Good boy. Day 2 with Sarge. Now what I'm doing with Sarge today is getting him used to the gentle leader. Now I'll give you some advice how I do it. I would put the gentle leader on your dog first, but still have them on a flat collar. So it all comes back to that end goal, that approximation training. You can even do it with this. Instead of pulling him around and getting him used to the gentle leader yet, we simply put it over his muzzle, have him wearing it comfortably, but on a flat collar. When he's ignoring that, I will progress from clipping from the collar onto this ring here. And then it's a little progression, get used to it. Now, when the dog has a little fit and jumps to the ground and pulls and uses paws, just encourage the dog to keep walking. Don't let it get caught up in that moment. So if he does it now, I'll show you. I loosen, it's nice and loose, so it doesn't affect him too much. Hopefully he sort of gets used to it pretty quick, and then I'll lead. Now, as much as he's walking nicely now on a flat collar, this is what I would call not really a real world situation. There's no other distractions around. It's all very easy. This dog's got to get used to being around other dogs and walking like this as well. Now, he is like a horse. For me personally, he's the biggest Great Dane I've had beside me. He is a spectacular looking dog. Super in shape, incredibly strong, and very, very big. So this is he's up to above my hips, his head. Good boy. Don't be scared. Good boy, Sarge. Good walking, buddy. Stay. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. He stays. Stay. Turn to your dog. Stay. Good boy. Don't overpraise until you're right back. Pause. Good boy. Good dog, Sarge. Free. Let's go. Good stay, bud. Good stay. Come on this way, bud. Good boy. Yes. That's the way. Good boy. Good dog, Sarge. Down. Let's go. I know it's a long way down, buddy. Big dog like you. Stay. 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 Watch your foot and stay. Stay. Good boy. Stay, Sarge. Good dog, buddy. Good boy. Sarge. Yes, good boy. Sarge. Sarge. Come. Yes, good boy. Let's go. Come on. Quick. You. Back in here. Round here, buddy. Hey. Good boy. Here we go. And sit. Quick. Might take him a second. Good boy, bud. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. Stay. Good dog, buddy. Sarge. Free. Yes, good dog. Let's go this way. Come on. Come on. Yeah, good boy. Come on. Nice. Let's go. As you've been watching my previous videos, you know I'm a fan of a long lead system where it's got freedom, but it gives me the ability to correct if I need to correct. If he chooses to hang with me, that's great, but he has that 15 foot of freedom. So if I want to do a recall, I can enforce the recall, and then we'll work off lead eventually. With many assistants, but this one works well for some dogs, not for others. It's working good for you. Good boy. Let's go towards these dogs, buddy. Good boy. There we go. Somebody wants to say hello. Okay. Sarge. Good boy. Let's greet each other. That's the way. Get the bark end of the way. Just want attention, huh? Say hello, guys. No need for the loud barks. Oh, shush. Good boy. Sarge, beep, let's go.